The Artistic Biker Live. It is Thursday night, and on Thursday nights when we get to paint and draw and sketch and have some fun arting with our besties. This morning I did an ammonite fossil on the morning show. And I sketched it and we talked about its 9 fun facts, but because I did an ammonite and I knew the ammonite was coming up, I thought this would be a good time to do a cephalopod for the night show. So I was going to go ahead and do an octopus for tonight. So let's just turn the page and get started. See, now I want to say good morning, but it's not morning. It's morning for Tice. Tice is in Australia. Good morning, Tice. Glad you could stay. Tice was worried that he wasn't going to be able to stay because he's on his mom's account and he thought his mom was going to take him someplace, but turns out he gets to stay home, so that's great. I think it's morning there. I think it's morning there.
Yeah.
Because it's evening during our morning show.
Right.
So anyway, this morning I did that ammonite fossil. And you know, it looks like a nautilus, but it's not a nautilus. Nautilus is a mollusk, and cephalopods are not mollusks. They are cephalopods. Those two things separated hundreds of years apart, millions of years apart. But octopuses have been around for 500 million years or longer in one form or another. The ammonites themselves were around for 350 million years. But that's not what this show is about. We're not going to sit here and talk about octopus facts, except when I brag about how I deal with spam callers, spam text messengers. You will find that octopuses are near and dear to my heart when it comes to that. No, his brother is going to his girlfriend's house, and I was supposed to go but didn't. Well, that's good. That would be awkward. Dun, dun, dun. The evening show is PG-13, maybe NC-17. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. The morning show is... what is it? Y7? Would you say?
What?
Would you say the morning show is Y7? It's not PG-13. But
It might be.
might be PG, but I think it's more along the lines of Y7. But the evening show, easily PG-13, if not NC-17. Are you gonna make merch? So I have stickers. I've started making stickers. They're on my Printify, but I don't like the Printify setup. So I'm looking for a new market for that, to do that. I'm certainly not at a point where I can print my own stickers where I have the time and freedom and resources to print my own stickers. But I do intend to make stickers and coloring books, and I do intend to make stickers and coloring books and t-shirts and the like. I just haven't done it yet. But like this shirt, I'm not even sure how to show you this shirt. Face. This shirt that says artist, this is an Artistic Biker shirt that my mom printed me about 100 of. I'm down to just a few left that are still of any good quality. But for Christmas, she gave me some new artist and Artistic Biker logo vinyl cuts, and all I need to do is get the t-shirts and iron them on the t-shirts, and I haven't done it yet.
Oh, we have Maria Dolores Velez.
Hi, Maria Dolores Velez. Maria Dolores Velez sounds like an Hispanic name. ¿Habla español? Mi español es muy mal, pero estoy aprendiendo. Cuando me preguntan por qué quiere aprender español, es porque las mujeres. Mi esposa próxima será una latina, pero mi esposa actual no le gusta cuando lo digo. It's the only joke I know in Spanish, and I don't even know that Maria speaks Spanish. My granddaughter is Hispanic, and she doesn't speak a lick of Spanish. She's got the thickest Oklahoma accent you've ever heard. Don't talk Spanish. Ivy posted a picture. She is doing an octopus along with us. She posted a picture, and she animated it. She's been doing animation on the AIs she put this little thing together today where it was like a tap dancing clod hopping octopus wearing sabot shoes. I think they're called sabot. The little Dutch wooden shoes, I think those are called sabot. Maybe Claudia or Elizabeth will stop by and let me know. Who's Bob? We have a Bob? Oh, are you saying hi to the skeleton?
No, I just didn't know what you were saying.
I was speaking Spanish to the viewer over on the vertical, whose name is Maria Dolores Velez, but I don't know that Maria speaks Spanish. I just was showing off. I needed to talk to the guys in the shop today, and the guys in the shop where I work are almost all Hispanohablantes. Almost all of them speak Spanish. Some of them don't speak English, and they tease me. They like to talk about me in Spanish behind my back because it's funny. It's all good natured because it's funny, and most of the time they tell me what they said. They're not ever saying anything really hateful or mean. But today, I walked out to the shop and I needed them to do something for me, and I've never really had the opportunity to do this. And I just walked out to the shop and I asked them for what I needed in Spanish, and it shocked them and kind of made them nervous because now they wonder what else I understood. But mi español es muy mal por las situaciones social, pero por las situaciones del negocio es muy suficiente. For business is very sufficient, but it's not very good for social situations. Anyway, back to the octopus. So when I get a spam text message, and we all hate those spam text messages. When I get a spam text message, if you ignore it, it'll go, they can kind of tell that it was ignored, and they'll continue to send stuff to it. If you respond to it by anything at all, then you have proven to them that you are a live person, and that makes your phone number available for sale. That tells them that verifies your phone number and makes it where people want to buy it. And so now you're on the permanently on the list. But if they can't verify that you're a live person, then your phone number is no good to them. And so when you get that email that says, "Hey Thomas, I was wondering if you're still interested in selling your house," and you respond, "I'm not Thomas," what you've done is you said, "Hey, this is a real live person on a phone number. Please feel free to sell my number to whomever will pay you money for it." But what I do instead is I have 20 fun cephalopod facts saved to what do you call it when you just punch in a keyword and it types out the whole thing. Anyway, I have 20 fun cephalopod facts already saved up, and it says, "Thank you for subscribing to Fun Cephalopod Facts," and it gives them the fun cephalopod facts, and I have 20 of them saved up. And when they get to the end of the 20, then I tell them that their tokens have run out, their monthly allotment of tokens have run out, but that they can add more tokens and continue to receive more fun facts. Simply by replying to the message, you will be automatically billed $65 for the next month's allotment of tokens. And I've only ever had one person go past that. Everybody else drops right then.
The music is just a smidgen too loud.
What is my favorite car? Is what Tice is asking in the chat room. What is my favorite car? I'm not sure I have a favorite car. If I had all the money in the world to buy a car right now, there's a little Nissan car. It looks just like a little car that you'd pull back across the carpet and go. It has a wide wheelbase, but it's a smaller car. And I can't tell you the name of it, but it looks like the front wheels and the back wheels are sticking out hubs, and then it has a nice from a top view. It has a nice hourglass figure, but from the side view, it has a nice small hatchback silhouette. And I think that's just a tough looking little car, and I like it. What's that?
I have these favorite cars going to get her from A to B.
That's a good car. If it can get you from A to B, that's a good car.
Joe's here.
Who? Joe?
Joe.
Evening, Joe. Glad to have you, buddy. I don't know if I should read off my fun cephalopod facts, because I think that would make it a lot like the morning show if I did.
Yeah. When I picked up Boy 2 from school yesterday, there was a Corvette, and it was a snow white Corvette with black trim and chrome trim.
Yeah?
And it made us both just turn our heads. It was a gorgeous car. And I'm not a vet person, but it was an absolutely stunning car. And I'm thinking, what young person drives that to high school?
Somebody who's either really good with their own money or their dad's money.
Yeah, but it was, you know, we talked about it for several minutes, and it was just gorgeous.
See, I wouldn't want something like that. I've learned my lesson with the Mustang when I had the Mustang.
That's one of Ty's favorite is the Mustang GT twin turbo.
They don't care. They don't care how safe a driver you are. All they care about is that it's a Mustang, and they charge you insurance accordingly.
Yeah, Ty's supposed to know if there's dances in this. Yep.
Do. This is my favorite part of the whole process, so I can take my time with it tonight. I don't have any time constraints about having to go to work, so I can kind of take my time with it. And get it how I want it.
I cleaned my little office corner, and now I can't find a thing that I need.
That's what
during
cleaning.
the show.
That's what cleaning always does for me.
I just, you know, I normally can just reach for something and it's right there that I need during the show, and no, not tonight.
That is exactly what cleaning always does for me. All right. Should probably dry that. I'll tell you what, though. If I do the rocks in the background, I wonder if I'll be able to tell them apart later. We're going to find out. We are going to find out is exactly how that works. All right. Let me dry that real quick, because Tice wants to see me dancing. Claudia's not here to cheer me on. I don't think it flosses on the evening show. I don't think it's set up to go to the same video. I don't think there's any floss on the evening show. I don't think so. I may have to fix that. I may have to fix that. can't tell. There's no point in singing a different song because all you guys can hear the Christmas music, and I can't hear the Christmas music. I should probably fix that too.
Fix what?
The fact that I can't hear the Christmas music.
Oh, I thought you were going to change the Christmas
Oh,
music.
no. No, that's a tradition now. We can't do away with the Christmas music.
Is that Vermilion?
This is Scarlet, I believe. The Vermilion's coming. But this is Scarlet. I thought that I would do a base coat with the Scarlet so that it would bleed through.
There's Blue Daisy.
Who is it?
Blue Daisy?
Blue Daisy and Pamela French. All right. Pamela's just in time to see the Vermilion. You think she was waiting in the wings to see if there was going to be Vermilion? Or do you think she suspected that there's always Vermilion in my paintings?
You know, she may be suspicious now.
Let's see, that eye is really a beautiful, beautiful blue. I wonder if I can do that. Like that. Now, let me tell you, partner, what we're going to do here is we're going to use a light coat of yellow ochre and Payne's gray to get the gravel behind our octopus.
Blue Daisy likes the Christmas music. She says her Christmas village is still set up in our house because her husband won't let her take it down. He loves it too much.
You know, I have a song about that. About the Christmas tree still being up in the middle of July. Maybe one day I'll sing it for you.
It's a beach octave.
Say again. What's that?
It's a beach octave.
No, but all the colors are present underneath the water, right? So you put all the colors down, even if they're muted, you put all the colors down, and then you come back with the Then you can come back with the water on top of it. But if you don't do this, then the white underpart of the tentacles won't appear white. And we want that to read white. So your sister, Tice's sister, is turning 2 this month.
How fun.
That is such a fun age. That's when they start getting personality and they start doing stuff. Up until that point, they're just kind of blobs. And you can't really get them to do anything. You kind of poke them with a stick and they just kind of sit there, stare at you like, why'd you poke me with that stick? But then they start getting personality and they start poking back.
We have a little guy going to turn 2 in May.
Yep, Fred, my grandson, he's going to turn 2 in May.
He's definitely getting a personality.
Isn't it? That's for sure.
His poor mama.
She knew what she was getting into.
Because he's like his dad.
She's been with my son for how long now?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. We've been married 7 years. You know, there's some things you know, but when you say them out loud, it just seems like that can't be true.
That can't be true. There's no way. There's no way you and Dad have been married for
Ever.
58 years. There's no way my beautiful young bride and I have been together for 30 years. There's no way my son and my daughter-in-law have been together for 7 years. He's just a baby. All right, let me dry that before I go to the next layer. That was an inordinate amount of time. But that one spot just wouldn't dry.
I'm supposed to know what made you become a streamer.
There was an artist, he's an Australian artist, and for the life of me, I can't remember his name. And I followed him on social media, Facebook. There were a community of us. I followed him on social media, and one day he turned his camera on in his studio while he was working. He just turned his camera on. He didn't plan anything. It wasn't a show. He just turned his camera on, and people were watching, and we were chatting. We were having a good time. He went weird on us though. He started doing artsy things with his stream, which, you know, that's a lot of artists have that issue where we want to do artistic things with our creative selves. And I don't begrudge him doing it, but it made it unwatchable because he put like strobe lights and stuff and put psychedelic colors on, which I'm sure were quite fun for him on his end with what he was doing. But as a viewer, it was not entertaining. I was not entertained. And so I thought, well, I can do that. And so I was already art journaling, and I just decided one day to turn the camera on while I was art journaling. And I didn't start off live. I started off recording my art journaling path, and then one day I just had the idea to go live. At the time, you had to be a partner. You couldn't just go live. You had to be a YouTube partner to go live, which means you had to have I think you had to have 100 subscribers at the time. And I had all the criteria to be a YouTube partner. And so they let me go live. And I've been going live off and on ever since. And I'll tell you the fun thing is the story that I just told you about the artist that I followed. I've heard Ivy tell almost the exact same story. I've heard Dee Dee Inkwell tell almost the exact same story. But when they tell the story, it's me. And when when Inkwell tells this story, you know, I'm the one that went off the rails. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. She doesn't say that at all. But I love the fact, and Paula, what was her name? What was her stream name? I can't think of Paula's stream name. I Carry Love. They all started because they were watching me, and so they all started. And then there were several others that started because of them. And so that one artist in Australia spawned a whole bunch of us. And for the life of me, I can't tell you his name.
Those early shows were quite.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of routines. They were almost all. Well, I take that back. They were all art journaling pages. They weren't almost all art journaling pages. They were all art journaling pages. And we had a lot of fun doing it. Made a lot of good friends. Most of whom I still talk with today. I had a nice long chat with artist poet girl, APG Jamie, just the other night. Johnny's out of the hospital. His shoulder's acting up. His liver's doing fine. He's had a liver replacement. His liver's doing fine, but his shoulder's acting up because the cancer's in his shoulder, and he's probably going to have to have a replacement. But he's down to 172 pounds, and they're really worried about him. But he's got a good outlook in life. You know, he probably hasn't been 172 pounds since middle school. But I had a nice long chat with Jamie just the other night, and I would ask. I'm going to put to Ivy and anybody else's streams. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Jamie. What do you do with your archive footage? Do you archive your footage? Do you keep it? Because we all have recordings. Do you keep your recordings, or do you toss them? Because I notice that I have not one time have I gone back to one of my old recordings and used it for anything. Not one time. And so I wonder if I should continue, because my storage is full, and I'm having to make the decision of whether to buy more storage or get rid of some of my archives. And so I have the same problem with sketchbooks. What do you do with your old sketchbooks? Because I have never once gone back to an old sketchbook and said, oh, hey. Now, I have done the thing where I've cut a sketch out of a sketchbook and reused it and pasted it onto something else. But for the most part, once I'm done with a sketchbook, I trash it. I have no reason to keep it.
Emma says that your octopus is cute. A cute little sucker, but he does not look very little.
He doesn't look very little, does he? Let me dry him real quick because we still have to come back with some oceanic background. So Blue Daisy, currently I use these. I buy one or two of these a year, and I put everything on these things and I label them. But I went through this one pretty quickly because I've done a show every day for the last year. I filled this one up pretty quick, and so because I filled this one up pretty quick, I'm pretty sure I'm going to fill more up pretty quick. And so the question becomes, why? Why do I need it? Why should I keep it? What is my goal? And why is it important to me to keep it?
See, and there's some of the blue days and hit the nail on the head. You might want to see them for sentimental reasons later. Because you have the entire lot of Boy 2.
Boy 2 has been on this stream since he was born. So yeah. Boy 2 has been in the videos since he was born. His day of birth is on my YouTube channel. And he's 16 now. So, but that stuff is already on YouTube. It's not nearly dark enough.
The same with this box.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's what Hodge just said.
All right. I'm going to stop. I'm going to dry it. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to call it done. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so
That's Shelley.
hi, Shelly. Welcome to the show. The sketchbooks. As long as it's a show sketchbooks, I can see that. But like my other sketchbooks, that would completely change the rating of the program. I am, after all, the artistic biker. That would completely change the rating of the program. It would be illegal for me to send my sketchbook to Tice. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's see here.
Oh, Claudia.
Is it time for a potty break?
Claudia said pie break, so she must be taking a pie.
Taking a pie break. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning for Claudia. Claudia, why are you awake at 2 o'clock in the morning? It doesn't matter. I'm glad to see you. I wish I had pie. We had some lemon something or other that my daughter made, but it's gone now.
Yeah. I'll put a word had.
You'd think in a household like this we'd have snickerdoodles and lemon cakes all the time, but sadly.
It's 2:52 a.m.
I know. I wasn't far off, was I? There is no such thing. I agree with Blue Daisy on that one. There is no such thing as a bad time of the day or night for pie. Absolutely agree with that. So, there is octopus number 1. We'll set that aside. Put this away. Let's just put it there for now. I'll show you real quick the fun cephalopod facts. I'm not going to read them, but I think this is funny when I get those stray text messages, when I get those random text messages about wanting to sell me something, political campaigns, you name it. Text shortcuts, that's what I have. I have these text shortcuts. And I'm just gonna show you there. It changed cameras. Of course it did, because I'm trying to show you something. Overhead, close, stop. So it says, thank you for subscribing to Fun Cephalopod Facts. There are 800 living species of cephalopod. Amateur fossil hunters frequently find extinct species such as ammonites, blah, 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 blah. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time they reply, they get a new one. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Every time they reply, they get a new one. And then when they go through the whole gambit twice, then I hit them with cancel. Then I hit them with the B's. There's a token error. Your account appears to have exceeded its token limits. Thank you for your interest in purchasing more tokens. Thank you for the purchase of unlimited token plan at $65 a month. And then if they keep on, then we come down here to the maintenance file, which says, thank you for subscribing. Our systems have been down while we update the databases to offer more fun facts. But my absolute favorite is when they unsubscribe, and that's the stop. Let's see if I can do this. If they click to unsubscribe, if they type stop to unsubscribe, then it gives them the option, thank you, you've been unsubscribed, please take a moment to fill out our survey. And so you go to the survey and it says Fun Cephalopod Facts Unsubscribe Survey. Why are you choosing to unsubscribe from Fun Cephalopod Facts? And it's like, I'm no longer interested in cephalopods. I didn't intend to subscribe. I don't like receiving random texts from unknown people about random scammy things. So that's my cephalopod story for when I get random text messages. I've really committed to that bit. Absolutely, absolutely, Ivy. I've really committed to that bit. Whenever I get random text messages, and again, I've only ever had one person go beyond and just go out, and that's why I came up with the maintenance one. And then I can just say, hey, we're down for maintenance. Hey, we're down for maintenance. And I can just keep firing back with that one. And eventually they give up. But at no point do they ever get anything that verifies there's a human on the other side of it. So they can't sell my number. And what I've noticed is that my scammy text messages have been cut dramatically. I don't hardly get any of them. Even during political season, I don't hardly get any of them. It's fantastic. All right. So let's take about a 5-minute break and give everybody a potty break, give everybody a pie break, give everybody a chance to get more coffee, and then we'll come back and we'll do what's on your easel, and then we'll do another fun cephalopod. So let's just take a little break and we'll be right back. I hope you know that this is nothing to do with you. It's personal, myself and I. We've got some straightening out to do, and I'm gonna miss you like a child misses that blanket, but I've got to get a move on with my life. It's time to be a big girl now, and big girls don't cry. I can smile at the old days. I was beautiful then. I remember a time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory live again. Dig, if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. Sweat of the body covers me. Can you, my darling, can you picture? Dream if you can, a courtyard, an ocean of violets in bloom. Animals strike curious poses. They feel the heat between me and how can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? World that's so cold. Maybe, oh, my father, you know, is always too bold. Well, maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream? Why? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Uh-oh. What day is it? Who can tell me what day it is?
I wish you could see her face.
What day is it? Mom. What day is it? What day is it? Come on, I know you can hear me. Don't pretend you can't hear me. Mom. What day is it? Mom. Missy.
Don't say I love you.
What day is it? Missy. What day is it? Come on, Missy. Come on. What day is it? What day is it? Little girl. What day? Come on, tell me, what day is it? What day is it? Thursday! Woohoo! Thursday! The artistic backer will make you happier than a Norse god on Thursday. Okay, we'll cut the break short there. I was going to show you that this is a continuing practice of mine. Camera. Uh-oh. Did I not record it? I swore I recorded it. I guess I didn't. Oh well, never mind. I can't show it to you then. I swore that I recorded it today. I did Staying Alive today. Well, you can't tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. You can laugh and you can cry. All right, anyway. Somebody asked if I can whistle. No, I cannot. I cannot whistle per se. I've never ever been able to whistle normally, like never in my life have I been able to do that consistently. I have occasionally been able to get a nice tone out of it, but then I got dentures, and with my dentures I can inhale. Of course, it's not working now, but I still can't. All I can do is make bird noises, or I can make cricket noises. And I use that to attract my wife. I will sit on the edge of the couch and I will go. Which I assure you does nothing to attract my wife, except for the fact that we've been together 30 years. So there is that. All right. So let's do what's on your easel. Let me get the video started, the screen share started here. And then the screen's going to go black for just a second. I know that it's going black. So there is the screen. And let's just see what's on everybody's easel. So to start with, Rick sent in.
Where's Rick?
I don't know. Where's Rick? Uh-oh. Oh, Rick's Amazon image didn't work. Nope. Rick's Amazon Kindle image didn't work. It may have expired before I had a chance to show it. There's the Cape Buffalo that Rick sent in. We do in the mornings when we sketch. Rick sketches along with us on his Kindle. And so there's his Cape Buffalo. The previous one wouldn't load. And so let's see. Then we have Ivy. He's sitting here, but he has a cold and didn't want to share. I understand. I truly do. Well, I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi off because my Wi-Fi takes forever to download stuff. Well, but without my Wi-Fi, I can't stream. I can't stream to the phone without my Wi-Fi. We could not open the file at this time. Well, Ivy, it's not letting me open the files. It didn't let me open Rick's. It's not letting me open yours. And I saved the attachments. What about Pamela? Pamela's got herbs. She sent us herbs, and it's not letting me open any of them. We may have to skip this segment if it's not going to let me open any files. Because I know it's riveting entertainment just to watch me make little hourglasses turn. Failed to download. Well, here is a link. This will work. This is what Ivy's coloring along with me. But she animated it. That's pretty cool, Ivy. That's pretty cool. But I would really like to see some of these other things, but I can't get them to pull up. I'll have to pull them up. I'll have to pull them up and put them in a slideshow for next week. Because it's not letting me do anybody's. So I'm sorry about that, guys. But I will have to. I'm having some technical issues there. But in the meantime, let's move on back to our stream and continue sketching octopuses. To make sure, I don't think there's anything racy in this sketchbook. I had to retire the other sketchbook. I kept flashing with the racy stuff in it. I forgot that there was racy stuff in it, to tell you the truth. Completely.
The Dutch word for easel, E-Z-E-L, means also donkey in Dutch.
Huh. We have a bench that holds your canvas while you draw and paint that we call a donkey. I wonder if that's related. All right, let's see here. Let's just bring this whole cup back over here. I need this, and this, and this, and this. I might as well bring this back out and this back out because those will come in handy. Dun, 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 and this. I'll need all that for in the morning anyway. All right. Okay, let's see here. Let's put our border in. What?
Ivy said, "Hey Tamla, I am using my pale vermilion," but she did a capital V and then lowercase letters. Connie says, "No, Ivy, it's vermilion in all caps."
Ah.
Tamla, yeah, Ivy.
Who said it's vermilion in all caps?
Tamla
Claudia said it's vermilion in all caps.
Yeah, that's
I got you.
Ivy.
That's the part that I missed.
Yeah.
So, I am opposed to eating octopus. I have had octopus. Matter of fact, it was one of my first exotic foods. My spoiled childhood, my parents took me to Hawaii in the 4th grade and had a fantastic time. And one of the things we enjoyed while we were there was smoked octopus. And I loved it. It tastes fantastic. And I love the flavor of calamari. But then I started paying attention to the intelligence of these animals. And I just don't think you should eat anything that knows it's being eaten. I just have come to the decision in my life that I'm no longer going to eat animals that know that they are being eaten. I don't think cows know they're being eaten. I think cows are stupid. And you can defend cows all you want to, but I have worked cows and I have worked hogs. I think hogs want to be eaten. But I have worked cows and cows are stupid. They're fun, they're cute, they're adorable, they're playful. All you vegans, don't come at me. I understand. But understand also that we were not meant to just subsist on peanut butter. We have canines for a reason. We have sharp meat-eating teeth for a reason. We are omnivores and we are meant to eat meat. But that does not mean that we have to eat meat that knows that it's being eaten. And so I have decided not to eat octopus. And I'll tell you the kicker, and I'm not I don't want this show to turn into the morning show where we talk about the facts and stuff. Though that is cool. I do enjoy the morning show. But I don't want this show to turn into that. But the thing that really got me is the way an octopus's brain is aligned. Their brain isn't in one part of their head like it is with other organisms. Their brain actually goes out. Their central nervous system actually goes out into each one of their tentacles. Each tentacle has literally a mind of its own, and they're all searching for food, and they connect back to the central mind to tell it, hey, I found food, so that all the other tentacles that can then converge on the food. But what that means is that when you cut off the head of an octopus to kill it, to separate it from the rest of its body, the rest of its body still feels pain but has no reasoning skills to deal with why it's feeling pain. And so it's just suffering in silence with no way to get away from it and no way to deal with it. And I just decided that is not something I want to be a part of. But I'll eat a cow. I have no problems eating cows. I'll eat a tasty deer. I have no problem eating deer. But an octopus, I just decided that is something I'm not going to be a part of. But I love these animals. I just think they're magnificent animals. The intelligence that they demonstrate is just whack. They don't pass what we call the they don't pass what we call the self-awareness test. And usually it's the self-awareness test that we use to determine intelligence, but they don't see the way we do, so that's not really a fair assessment. They don't have the same type of vision that we have, so it's not really a fair assessment to say that they don't pass the self-awareness test. But they do crazy things, and Tice can probably attest to this because it happened in Australia. They do crazy things like they escape their tanks to go to their neighboring tanks to eat the fish in their neighboring tanks, and then before anybody catches them, they put themselves back into their tanks. They squirt water if the cleaning crew leaves the light on. They prefer darkness, and if the cleaning crew leaves the light on in their tank room, they will shoot a stream of water at the light to turn it off. The one incident that really stands out as far as them sneaking into other neighboring tanks, they timed it. The octopus paid attention to how long it took the guard, the night watchman, to walk his rounds, and moved out of his tank into the neighboring tank, ate the fish in the neighboring tank, and timed it so that the guard couldn't catch him out of his tank. And I just think that's brilliant. They don't see color the way we do, and yet they can change their color to match the color and shape of their environment. Yeah, and I'm getting off on the whole teaching thing again here, and I don't mean to. I'm just really enthralled. You probably can't tell that I'm just really enthralled with these animals. That is why when I drew an ammonite this morning, I was inspired to do an octopus tonight. Ivy's down to about 3 tentacles. Don't judge a fish for his climbing abilities. Exactly. I love that cartoon. We give the chimpanzees the highest rating of intelligence because they're the best at climbing trees. But we poo-poo the elephants and the fish because they can't climb the trees as well as the chimpanzees. I love that cartoon. Sounds like my kids are home. My wife and kids go to a special kind of scout meeting on Thursdays. And it sounds like the truck just pulled into the yard, just pulled into the driveway. They had one octopus in a tank. I think this was also in Australia. I could be wrong. They had one octopus in a tank. They were putting sharks in there, and they couldn't figure out the sharks were being killed, and they couldn't figure out what was happening to their sharks. until it turns out they discovered that it was the octopus coming out and just pulling the sharks down and eating them. You probably can't tell how much I just love these animals.
Today, she says there's a scientist in Japan who's deciphered the language of a species of birds, but they have more than just basic call. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. That is pretty cool, and I think it's interesting. Have you seen the studies with the where they're using the AI to study the whale song, and they're able to communicate with whales? They're able to communicate with elephants. There was an instance where they were able to play back the call to an elephant and get the elephant's attention, but they made the mistake of playing back the call of an elephant that had deceased. And the deceased elephant's daughter was in the herd that they played the call to, and she spent the next 9 to 12 days looking for her mother. But they didn't play a recording of the mother's voice. They played the tone that the mother said. They recreated what the mother had, the tone intonations that the mother had made. But apparently the words meant something to the daughter, and she spent the next 9 to 10 days looking for her mother. But they're using AI. They're using AI to learn to speak to whales and elephants and birds, and I think that is fantastic. It won't stop me from eating birds. Of course, I'm not going to eat a raven. I'll eat a chicken. I'll eat a duck. Those little dinosaurs are stupid. They've got the brain the size of a peanut. What's up?
I said, chickens have the brain of a peanut?
Chickens have the brain the size of a pea. Ducks have the brain the size of a peanut. In one of my streams about ducks, one of my shorts that I released was that ducks will imprint on whatever animal they meet when they emerge, when they hatch. And when they do that, they'll imprint on that animal, and they will believe that they are part of that animal's group. So it could be a dog or a cat, it could be a human, it could be an alligator, it could be any other animal. It doesn't have to be a duck. It can be any other animal. Whatever animal it is, they will imprint upon it, and that is what they will believe they are for the rest of their lives. and they mate for till death do us part. So they may choose an organism in that chosen imprint, whatever they imprint it on, alligator, human, cat, doesn't make any difference. They may choose an animal in that chosen species to mate with for life. And in the commentary, I said it doesn't matter that they can't reproduce, and it doesn't matter that they're not the same species. These things have the brain the size of a peanut, and that peanut has made up its mind.
Grandma said that's a pretty big brain for someone that has the head up the size of a walnut.
Right. Talking about ducks. I'll eat a duck. They're stupid. I'll eat a clam. I'll eat a clam. Clams are stupid. Who said what?
Blue Daisy says blue jays are part of the corvid family with ravens and crows. She has a blue jay who comes and taps on our bedroom window when it wants me to come outside and give him treats.
Those things are brilliant. Did you see, what country was it that was training them to pick up cigarette butts off the street? They can deposit the cigarette butts into a canister, and the canister will give them food if they deposit cigarette butts. My oldest son is actively trying to train the crows in his neighborhood to bring him money. And you have to be careful because they will. Once you convince them that they can bring you money in exchange for fresh peanuts, you have taught them to steal from somebody else because they will.
That's crazy.
It's fantastic.
Pamela says, I wonder if this is his favorite part.
This, you know, I probably never told you guys how much I enjoy the shading part of it. This is, without a doubt, my favorite part of the whole process. I should share that more with you about how much I enjoy the shading. This is the part that turns it from just lines on a page to give it depth and shape.
Oh, it's raining at Pamela's.
What happened? Oh, it's raining. It's supposed to rain here.
Oh, we should do something.
We sure need that rain.
Yes, we should.
Did you get that rain? Any of that rain over your way? We sure needed that
I
rain.
didn't get in the backyard, but I'll check the front.
We sure needed that rain. Let me dry this real quick. Hey, baby. I am curious how Tice managed to make his toe bleed while he was exercising. That is something he's going to have to tell us when he comes back. Why is that not? Why is that not changing? There we go.
Can I have that?
Maybe.
Is that number 1 or is that number 2?
It's number 2.
They could both go missing so easily.
So easily.
I missed you.
I've been here the whole time. I'm surprised you're home already.
I had a Zoom call.
I understand.
So I had to be on the Zoom call on the way home. It was weird.
You were driving my son while you were on a Zoom call?
It's no different than a phone call.
You should not be on the phone while you were driving.
Kept playing over the thing. And I was muted until they asked me a question.
Uh-huh.
They didn't say anything. They didn't know anything. I'm getting in trouble because of it.
What did I do? Hello, people.
Because you were in the car with me while I was on the Zoom.
Baby boy.
You can't even see him in the frame.
Oh, my bad. Let me take a step back.
You're going to have to do
Shrink.
back way further than that.
There you go. Oh.
Huh?
Boop.
Oh my God, you have great hair, chair. Okay. Okay.
Why are you scaring me? Daddy looks like that T-Rex in that one meme. It's just like staring at the weird stones. That's what you look like right now. Can't move on the phone.
Can't talk.
My bad.
Arting.
I love you!
I love you too. Bye now.
Yippee!
She's coming out of that age where she used to be like a feral cat, where she only came out to hiss at me and eat food. She's coming out of that phase and he's entering it. So that's fun. Did you? Yeah, Tice, did you wreck your bike? What is the best part of the show? Claudia says it's the best part of the show. You're talking about the paint drying? Or the kids? The dancing. Gotcha. I'm gonna have to fix it so that you can see me floss on this one. You can't see me floss on this one. I changed cameras. I changed setup so that you can see me floss, but the last time I did that it cut the whole stream off. So we'll not be doing that. Do. Yeah, my oldest daughter there, or my youngest daughter there, girl too. She's got a driver's license and has freedom now. And my wife was supposed to drive them to Scouts, and my wife was late, and so they just got in the car and left.
When I dropped boy 2 off after school, she came out and she did not know that you drove the bike today, that the car was in the driveway.
Yeah, she hadn't been outside all day.
No. She says, you mean I had a car all day and I could have gone somewhere?
I may, if it depending on the rain tomorrow, I may not be able to do that. We'll see.
Claudia wants to know, this is a reference photo or just your brain?
So it's a reference photo. I'll show you. There's the reference photo. But I'm not looking at it anymore. I'm just doing what I want with the colors now. There's nothing else to be gained from the reference photo. I just needed an idea of what to do with the tentacles. I occasionally draw stuff like this from imagination and from memory, but I'm never as pleased with it as I am when I do it from a reference photo. So I find it best just to have a little bit of best of both worlds going on there.
Every day she says she loves being able to send the kids for groceries after they can drive alone.
Yeah. There's that stage where they're like, "Oh, can I take the car? Can I take the car? Sure. Go to the store for us and get this," and they're all excited about it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, "Wait, no, I don't want to go. I just got home." Yeah, well, sorry about you. Go get me some groceries. No,
Why are you being mean to me? I'm just
I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean at all. Not even a little bit.
You want a Dorito?
No, thank you. Appreciate it, though.
What about the punch bag? You want one single?
He said, "Are you talking smack?" No.
Ivy finished yours and she posted a picture of it.
That was really quick, Ivy. I might be a bad influence. Usually Ivy takes a long time to color. Let me rephrase that. Ivy takes as long as it needs to color. She doesn't take a long time to color. She takes as long as she needs to color. She takes as long as it takes. Which is what I'm doing with this watercolor right now. I am taking as long as it takes. You know, in the morning we're limited to 25 minutes. It's a 30-minute program and there's about 5 minutes of chit-chat. so we're limited to 25 minutes. But on the evening stream, we're only limited to how long I can stay awake and how long my mom can keep her roommates from starving to death. Her roommates being my dad and my grandmother.
One's in bed and one's making noise in the other room.
I'm betting it's dad that's in bed.
You got that right.
Just a hunch. All right.
Ivy said she's listening up using vermilion in all caps. Coloring fast as I can. Said she hurried a little bit, but preferred to say I colored loosely.
And Pamela says, "You've been bitten by the vermilion." All right, let me dry this real quick. I don't know why suddenly my dryer button quit working. It worked all night long, all the way up until just then, huh? All right. Y'all just thought I couldn't talk because I was arting before. Now I really can't talk. Now I really can't talk. Do. Essence of tentacles. We'll call this essence of tentacles. Because I am not drawing every suction cup. I'll draw a bunch of them. But I most certainly am not drawing all of them. See, did I miss anything? I think that's got him. Don't you think? I think that's got him. Nine out of 9. Claudia says it's a 9 out of 9. I'll take that. I do think this should blend a little better. That was a little harsh right there. Just this spot right here. Can't go too hard though, because it's not watercolor paper, it's mixed media paper. So it's not really going to stand up to scrubbing. Not going to stand up. Not going to stand up too well to the scrubbing. All right. That's it. I'm calling it done. So there is that octopus. There is that octopus. And I'm calling them done for the night. You know, I probably should sign this one. What is today? The 9th of April. There we go. Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate this opportunity to art with my besties once again. I look forward to this every week as much as I look forward to it every morning. When I get to art with my besties, it holds me accountable to my art practice and is often the only art I get to do. So I really do appreciate it. Claudia says the second one is the best. Lowy and usual. Like the sound of Lowy the octopus. Is it the end already, Tice? I know it's really late for me. It's 9 o'clock at night for me. So guys, thank you so much. You know that doesn't sound like much until you remember I get up at 4:30 in the morning. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure and tune in next week, same Artistic Biker time, same Artistic Biker channel, and then you're going to want to. Next week is Pamela's Bug, and I will download all of the missed easel submissions so that we can see those next week. But next week we're going to do Pamela's Bug. She sent that to me. I think it's been a year or two. It's a robber's fly, so we're going to do Pamela's Bug next week. So we're geared up for that. Is there anything else? Tomorrow morning we're doing a stinkhorn mushroom. So if you're awake at 5:30 a.m. Texas time, be sure and join us for the stinkhorn mushroom. And that's it. Then we dance. We dance until somebody says they see me dancing, because when they see me dancing, that means that the lag has caught up to the stream. When the lag catches up to the stream, then I know I won't be cut off mid-sentence. It gives everybody a chance to click clicky thingies this way if you're on the horizontal, or this way if you're on the vertical, so you can watch another fantastic video just like this. It gives everybody a chance to say hello and goodbye to each other and ask any questions about me or to anybody else. But the most important thing is it gives me a chance to not get cut off mid-sentence, because being cut off mid-sentence is rude. Nobody likes that. But my lag says that I am not dancing yet, so I need somebody to tell me that they see me dancing. Okay, so there we go.